We're going to talk about Space Marines 2. I did a video on the first one. I reviewed it, beat it, played the multiplayer for that. I did a first impressions on this game, but now that I've spent at least 60 hours into it, I think it's time for me to talk about it and review it. Because I beat the campaign. I've already beat the campaign. And I've been grinding the multiplayer and the operations this whole time. The campaign is not very long. You could beat it probably in a day or two. But it's the operations and the multiplayer where it's at. When you're in operations, you have different classes or different characters that you level up. So like in operations, there's weapons, there's you that you're leveling up and getting perks by getting a perk tree and purchasing your way through. And then with PvP, there's just weapons that you unlock as you level up. So there's that. And then like you can fully customize your character for PvP and then fully customize your character for PvE. But my downside is you couldn't customize the main character very much like you could in the first one. So it was kind of a letdown. I was kind of hoping to customize him to make him to look like a badass. But in the game I was still like, oh, I just whatever. Okay, I beat the story, and then I started fully customizing my character, which he looks like a badass now. Like what I wanted the main character to look like through the campaign, I'm able to do now. The season pass stuff, you don't have to buy it if you don't care about the cosmetics. Like, it literally, all the passes gives you is stuff to make you look cool. So if you like that certain chapter of Warhammer, or you like that color that you wanted, like my buddy wanted purple because it's in the past, he can't have purple. So if there's stuff like that where it's like you need to buy the pass or your SOL, yeah, you gotta buy the pass. And then they have a whole free thing going on where like that stuff should have been in the pass, but I'm not arguing about it. It's just some of that stuff's like, wow, you're adding a new mode, you're adding new classes, you're adding new fucking monsters or whatever, you're adding new races or whatever. You're adding all this, you're expanding the fucking barge, like, that's all gonna be free, which is insane. That they're just gonna keep adding this actual cool stuff for free, and then if you want the cosmetics, you can go buy a pass if you want. I think that's awesome. And I thought the story was awesome. It kind of leaves for another one to happen, and apparently the developer has been talking about a DLC story. If that happens, that's dope, but I don't see it happening. And if anything, they can make a third, and it would be an awesome trilogy for them to do. But what I've been reading is they don't want to do another one. They just wanted this game to be the all-around game, because they wanted this to be their focus for, like, we wanted to make an old-school 360 PS3 game. And they did it. They got that feel out of it. And then they gave us modes that the originals didn't have. Like, the Operations wasn't in the originals. Multiplayer was, but Operations was. So they gave us that. And then they gave us, like, classes to level up and shit, which is cool. And then the campaign kind of just, like, wraps up. And then it seems like there's going to be another one or more to it. How it ends. So I'm excited to see how that goes. This is supposed to be a live service game, so don't expect this to be the all-around ending result in a year, because in a year there's going to be so much more. They're going to, like I said, the expansions, they're adding a 1v1 mode in the barge, so you can fight with your friends. Like, shit like that. Like, in a year from now, all that content's going to be added, and the game's going to be completely different. That's one reason why I love live service sometimes, because, like, the game's not going to be the same. But when you get games like Destiny, where it's like, oh, we have to add this, but we're going to delete this. Like, that just ruins people like me or other people that's never played it and are waiting. They come in, and then they're like, oh, where the hell am I? What's going on? Oh, the campaign got deleted? Then I'm just going to delete the game because there's no fucking point of playing this game. So, I don't know. Like, live service has got a mixed field right there. Like, either you super love what they're doing, or you just hate what they're doing. That's just how I've noticed live service games turn out. But yeah, if you like the Warhammer series, you played the first Space Marine, or you haven't played First Space Marine, this game kind of tells you what's going on, like, throughout the campaign, so you really don't need to play the first one. But if you want to experience it and see what the first one was really like, and the controls are very much the same, and that's what I thought was kind of crazy. These are two different developers. These are people that made World War Z, and they basically did the same controls. There's just slight differences. So, if you play the first one and immediately pick up the second one, you're going to be going in there like, oh, well, I remember that button. Oh, I remember that button. So yeah, check it out.